Thank you very much for. I want to thank the previous panelists for just a wonderful discussion. My name is Robert Fishman. I'm a professor here at the Taubman College, trained as an urban historian, now a professional dilettante and conference groupie. And in that last category, I want to say it's part of my experience that a well-run conference like this one is like an iceberg. And what I mean by that is that so much of the work, 9/10 of the work, is below the surface. You don't see it. So that's why I'm so grateful to Jeanette, to Amy, to Alicia, to Amber, to Denise, of course, to John and Monica for doing that very hard work. Our topic today, our topic for this session, is global history. And it occurs to me that global history, that is the wrong kind of global history, is as old as imperialism. And in many ways, its motto was best said by Virgil in the Aeneid when he wrote, "To Rome the gods have given dominion unlimited in time and space." And as we heard from Mark Foster Gage, in fact, that dominion has since shrunk basically to the School of Architecture at Notre Dame University. But this idea, so many others have, shall we say, auditioned as empires on which the sun has never set, and thus to define global culture and global architecture. In the 19th century, that eminent Victorian Karl Marx updated the concept when he wrote in 1864, "The more developed country shows to the less developed country the image of its future." The more developed country shows to the less developed country the image of its future. In other words, the ultimate global power is the power to define history itself. The developed world says to the underdeveloped world, "My present is your future." And of course, that concept is not only central to the Communist International, or was central to the Communist International, it was central to CM as well. So this is the old global history, and I would say that the decolonization of global history has proven to be a surprisingly difficult task. As Mark rightly pointed out yesterday, what we call global history today has somehow been taken over by its opposite, which is a host of parochial nationalisms, each with its exclusive heritage agenda. And I think I take it as a starting point, I hope it's a starting point for all of us, that we cannot have global history without an ideal of cosmopolitanism, without that being basic to who we are and what it means. My fear is that the kind of global history Mark was talking about, this kind of pseudo-heritage is not only bad in itself, but it has proven to be surprisingly compatible with the worst kind of generic modernism. The international style as lowest common denominator. And in so many ways, global architectural practice seems to be caught in transit between the generic airport and the heritage theme park. And it's as if there's nothing in between. Well, fortunately, we have today an outstanding panel who can take us in different directions. And their remarkable credentials are in your folder, so I won't repeat them, but we'll be going in alphabetical order, starting with Esra Akshan of the University of Illinois at Chicago, followed by Susan Buck Morse, who is herself in transit between Cornell University and the City University of New York. Then Arinden Dutta of MIT, Ilya Muzaffar of the Rhode Island School of Design, and finally Del Upton, who is, I'm sure, used to being the last alphabetically of so many of these panels, Del Upton of the University of California at Los Angeles.